So, what is tinnitus or tinnitus? People know it as ringing in the ears, but really it's a sound that's being coded in your brain when there's no actual sound coming in through your ears from the external environment. And it can be quite bothersome and debilitating for many individuals. In our society, it's about 10 to 15% of the population are affected by this condition. When you think about other neurological or psychiatric conditions like epilepsy or depression, we're talking about numbers like 1% or 5%. But here, 10 to 15% of the population. What does this device consist of? It basically has these headphones that are connected to the controller through Bluetooth. And so, you wear these and you're going to be presented with customized sound to your hearing thresholds. And you also have this component that goes into your mouth called the tongue tip. And it just rests on your mouth like this. And when it's placed in your mouth, it basically tells the controller that everything is connected along with your headphones, and you're able to then adjust the parameters on this device. You can change the intensity of this tongue tip that sends gentle electrical pulses to your tongue. It is fitted before we send the device home with the individual, and you can also adjust the loudness of the headphones as well. It's quite easy to use, quickly can be fitted in the clinic, and we usually recommend about an hour a day for, at least in the clinical study was 12 weeks of treatment. But we found that, at least if they use the device for 36 hours total during that 12-week period, that was sufficient to see significant improvements in tinnitus. How did bimodal neuromodulation come to be tried in the tinnitus field? I mean, there's lots of other treatment options that people have been looking at. For example, sound, presentation approaches like maskers and music. There's also cognitive and behavioral approaches, which have shown to have longer therapeutic effects over time. But really, when you think about bimodal neuromodulation, has been really a fascinating story. My lab got into it because we were interested in driving changes in the brain that were more long-term. And we know that when you pair two different modalities like sound and somatosensory activation, like tactile inputs, and you do it in a paired way, you can basically drive long-term changes. I was quite surprised to see that, we're able to achieve such long-term therapeutic outcomes in the participants. They get the treatment for 12 weeks, and then we take the devices back, but then we track them out to 12 months. And so it was surprising and quite encouraging to see that, we could drive significant improvements in tinnitus symptom severity that would then last out to up to 12 months. And to me, best of my knowledge, I don't know of any other studies that have been able to demonstrate such long-term outcomes in a large number of individuals for a treatment device or drug study.